So I'm about to record this video before I head to this event. I know my kids are not gonna let me be great, so I expect them to bam on the door because I locked them out. But let me see if I can get out my thoughts before it's time for me to go. So some things have happened over the last couple of days. I actually went to an event and put myself out there as a speaker, and I got really good reception. Like, I got 2 offers to speak to a nonprofit organization and 1 to a company. And so my husband asked me, like, how did I feel about that? And I told him that I felt like it was, I don't know how I felt. I felt like it was too easy. Like, I have this thing where, not that I feel like I don't deserve it, but I felt like it would be much more work to get the engagements. And I know nothing's in stone right now, but just for somebody to say, yes, this is what's needed, and I didn't have to convince them that this is what's needed, and they were really on board with it already, and already offering me to have a conversation with their network, felt really, really good. But also felt really like, that's it, that's all I gotta do. And I know they say, like, if you put yourself out there, the universe will open up for you. But I guess I believe that, but I didn't really know it'll happen that fast. There's been incidents in my life where things have moved really fast, but it always felt like, man, that was crazy. And for me to open myself up to the fact that this could possibly always be like this, I think that's what is jarring for me, is that, like, I spent so much of my life, like, I'll say struggling and like trying to survive and trying to get that position and get that thing, that to see like something that I really am passionate about just like open doors so easily feels like I have been scammed. I've been scammed into thinking that life is a lot harder than it really is. I think the beautiful part is, part of my message is all about like that we can have a livelihood that's not hard and still provide for ourselves. I know it's the scam, but it's just like seeing it in person is weird. So anyway, so that was definitely one thing I wanted to talk about, like just feeling like how odd it was for me to feel like things can happen so easily, and like just my credibility was already there just because like I didn't have to prove myself, right? I didn't have to explain myself. I just said what I said and they were like, let's do this. That has never been the case with me before. I feel like in the corporate world, it's always been, show me why you deserve this. And I always felt it was wrong, but to see that I was actually right, that you could just show up in the world and say like, this is who I am, and people accept you and believe you and like, let's do this, did not feel real. So I feel like I'm repeating myself and saying the same thing over and again, but I really want to like say like, I feel like I don't have a tangible thing to put on it, but I just wanted to share my experience. I don't know what I've learned from it, except for the fact that life is a lot easier than what I'm trying to make it be, or what others are trying to make it be. But just to see it happen almost feels fake is hard for me to accept, is what I'm trying to say. Even though it's what I want, it's hard for me to accept that it's real. I feel like the shoe is going to drop, right? That's what I feel. When things go well and go really well, meaning I get exactly what I want the way I want it, and it happens fast, I feel like there's something else waiting to happen. I feel like it's going to be a scam or a lie or a fraud, or they're going to say, oh, never mind. I guess it's the basis of imposter syndrome, right? I feel like, but for me, it's not like going to be from my standpoint that they're going to find out that I don't deserve to be there. So that's not imposter syndrome. I guess I feel like I'm catastrophizing it. It's just like something bad is going to happen if something's good happen. And so I'm trying really, really hard to figure out how I can feel more comfortable knowing that good things can happen easily and fast without me feeling like that something bad is going to happen in return to balance it out, right? Because bad things will happen, of course, but not in direct relation to good things happening, right? And so just accepting that good things can freaking happen, and bad things don't have to happen because something good. Like, I can really celebrate. And that's another thing, like, I don't allow myself to celebrate something good happening because I'm waiting for the bad thing to happen. Like, it's almost like I don't want to get my hopes up. And so I just want to be more cognizant and be more aware with me and celebrating the small wins, and just allowing myself to say, you know what, I'm going to act like nothing bad is going to happen, that this is it. And if something bad does happen, I have the resilience and the fortitude to deal with that too. But I'm not going to not celebrate my win or my happiness with an undertone that something bad is going to happen. That I'm going to take the doors off of feeling grateful for what I have achieved thus far and the results of my efforts and my work, because I've done something really brave, something that a lot of people are too fucking scared to do. Millions of people are too fucking scared to do. I quit my job and I am trying to follow my dreams, and people are responding to it, and I'm grateful for that. So I'm just gonna leave it at there because my son is at the door. I think I've said enough about that for today. And yeah, I will see y'all tomorrow.